So tonight I have an ugly Christmas sweater party to go to. So I thought that I would go ahead and film this video in advance and show you guys what I'm putting together for my ugly Christmas sweater and make that be day number 13 of the Countdown to Christmas videos. So I saw this idea online a while back and I'm decided this is finally going to be the year that I try it. And my sister actually just asked me, she was like, how long have you been planning on doing this? And my response to her was, well, ever since I saw the idea on Pinterest back in 2014. So anyways, I'm going to be finally trying out this idea and I thought I would show you guys what I'm going to be doing and how I make this work for me. And just I'll show you some of the different techniques and just some of my own little touches that I add to this project. And so this is actually going to go a little bit beyond just ugly Christmas sweater because it's going to be an entire outfit focused on the sweater. So what I have with me today is I have this lovely green sweater. This is actually one of my favorite sweaters ever. This thing is crazy warm. It's got these really cool little like jewels here, and I'm not normally a fan of jewels and little metal decorations on clothing, but I actually really like it with this sweater. So super cute, super comfortable. It's kind of a long sweater, you can see here. So obviously still shorter than like a sweater dress, but you know, still a long, nice sweater. So I think this is going to work very well for the idea. And the idea is I'm going to use this sweater and another accessory I have here, and I'm going to turn myself into a Christmas tree. So I was just telling you how much I love this sweater. So I'm not planning on making this be a permanent change, so I'm going to show you some of the methods that I'm going to be using that I can take a sweater that I really love and without damaging it, I can repurpose it for my Christmas tree ugly sweater idea. Alright, so you might notice the sudden new background behind me. My face was looking really washed out, so hopefully that makes it work a little bit better. So as I was saying, we're going to be using the sweater, and I'll show you the other thing that's going to add just an extra special, I guess special is the right word, touch to this outfit. I took this off the Christmas tree downstairs, so now it's naked, the poor Christmas tree. But I'm going to actually use the Christmas tree skirt as a skirt, and I'll show you because unless you have a waist that's that big, which I don't even have a waist that tiny, so I'm going to show you a way that you can make this work so that way it'll actually fit you. I'm going to be decorating it with garland and some ornaments. I'm mainly going to use the smaller ornaments. The garland I'm going to attach with safety pins so that way I don't have to make permanent changes to my sweater and also don't have to do any sewing. And then I'm going to try using paper clips for the ornaments, but I might also use safety pins, so we'll see how that ends up going. Alright, I'm going to start by attaching the garland. So I've got my garland and I have a ton of safety pins. So I'm going to put a couple of these in my mouth, so I hope you'll still be able to understand me. But I'm basically going to just start pinning it as I wrap it around. So I've got my end here, and I'm just going to start on the side. So I'll use my safety pin. I'm going to safety pin from the underside so you will only see the metal of it and not the safety pin. So what I did was I ran the safety pin on the underside, and it's really just almost like clamping it down. I bet if I were to pull, yeah, if I pull on this, it will slide through. So obviously this isn't like the sturdiest outfit, so it's a little bit delicate, so just keep that in mind. But I think it's gonna hold, well, it's gonna hold well as long as my garland doesn't break. You'll also notice that garland generally has like a wire running through it, so I'm going to actually run this wire back under the safety pin. And then I'm going to twist it in half just so that way it really catches on that first safety pin. So I'm just taking the wire end here and twisting it on itself to get it to hold. And another little piece came off. Kind of sad. Alright, so that's the first spot. And I'm just going to wrap it around like a Christmas tree. Now I haven't mentioned this yet, is my arms are actually going to be up. And when my arms are up, they're going to create a peak. So we'll get to that part in a minute. But for now, I don't need to worry about the sleeves. I'm going to do another safety pin on the sides here. Again, I'm going to come from the bottom, go under, around the garland, and then back through the fabric. See if I caught it there. Yeah, there we go. And I'm just going to keep working it around and always pinning from the underside so that way you don't notice the safety pins. Alright, so by now you should get the idea. I'm going to finish off the top and then we'll talk about how we're going to do the sleeves. Alright, so I finished pinning up my garland at the top. It also helps if you have someone help you. It'll go a lot easier. Also, I tried taking it off to pin it, but the hard thing with that was it was easy to pin it, but it was a lot harder to tell how it was actually going to look when it was on me. So I would recommend that you have someone help you and just leave it on for while you're pinning it. So I've got it to come all the way up to the top here, and now it's time to work on the sleeves. So I need to cut the garland here. Just leaving a nice little tail there so it doesn't come undone. And we're going to start wrapping the sleeves. Now the sleeves are going to get wrapped pretty much right from the get-go because it's going to kind of continue this strand here. Now as you can see, I've only got a little bit of garland left here, so to make sure that I divide it between my sleeves equally, I'm going to fold it in half and cut it in the middle. So that way I make sure I don't put too much on one side and not enough on the other. So I'm going to, for this arm, it's going to come up like this. I'm going to start by wrapping it around, kind of joining under the armpit so it looks like it's a continuation of the other one. So I'm going to just wrap it around all the way to the end of my sleeve here, and I'm going to pin this one up in just a moment. Now I've got to keep in mind is both my arms are going to be going up, so I want to make sure that when I wrap the other sleeve and pin it that it's symmetrical. So I'm going to pause here and pin mine up. Alright, so I pinned my arms up, and now when I raise my arms like this, the tree continues all the way to the top. We're going to also make a star to go at the top, but a couple quick words about pinning the sleeves. So I pin my sleeves so they look like a continuation of the garland that's going around my torso. Another thing is you want to wrap them all in the same direction. So mine, I was wrapping this way around me. So when I wrapped my sleeves, I also went front, back, and front, and I did it on the same direction on both arms. I tried going one spiral direction on one arm and another in the other arm, but it didn't look like a nice continuous tree. So just keep that in mind. And now our garland is done. The next thing we want to do is add some ornaments. So the last thing I'm going to do to just add an extra little touch to the top part of this outfit is I'm going to add some fun Christmas ornaments. Now to attach these, I'm just going to start with my little ornament here and a Christmas tree ornament hook and put the hook on the ornament. So I'm going to attach one right here on my belly. So I've got it hooked on like you normally would for a Christmas tree. And I'm going to come through right here. I'm going to go through a couple, a little bit of the fabric. So it's kind of comes in here, comes back out there. I'm going to bend it, and I'm just going to twist it around the top of the ornament because I don't want the wire to be stabbing me. So I just twisted it around the top of the ornament. I've gone through the fabric of my sweater, twisted around the top of the ornament, and now my ornament is attached. So again, this is another great way because I can attach these ornaments and I don't have to worry about ruining the sweater. However, I would recommend you use a sweater. I forgot to mention that this one has it's very stretchy, has a lot of holes in it, so that makes it really nice that I don't tear the fabric. If you're using like a sweatshirt material, running safety pins and Christmas hooks through it are going to be more likely to leave holes when you're done. So I'm going to use my Christmas ornament hooks and put more of the ornaments on me. So here you can see I've attached a bunch of ornaments. I've got to still do the back. I'm going to need some more help with that. But let's go ahead and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing for the tree skirt. So first of all, ignore the umbrella light behind me, and also ignore my sister's stuff at the end of her bed. And last of all, just ignore the socks. I'm going to be wearing boots with this outfit anyway, so we'll pretend those crazy socks aren't there. But what I want to do is if I take the skirt and I try to wrap it around so that way it attaches at these spots here. This is how narrow it is. If I go around my waist, that goes from here to here. No way is that going to fit. So, a quick remedy. Now, if yours has Velcro on it, put the soft Velcro side to do this part, but with the soft Velcro side, I'm just going to wrap it up like this. Almost like it's some kind of like Hawaiian wrap island skirt. I don't know what you call those kind of skirts. And like that. And then I'm just going to take it and finish wrapping around. And I'm going to, you can either keep going all the way up with this side, or you can let it hang down some. I'm going to kind of pin it part way. And so I'm just going to grab my nice giant safety pin and pin the skirt together. Now I would recommend you still wear leggings or pants underneath the skirt just because this obviously isn't the best fit ever. But then when I put my shirt down, now I have a Christmas tree skirt. And so I'll give you a look at the finished product after we make our star. Alright, so last of all, I've got this awesome tree topper that I'm going to be using with my costume. I actually followed a craft idea on Beck Pie Slice of Life on her channel, and so I'll go ahead and put a link to that video, how to make one of these, in the description below, so make sure you go check out that video. But that's what I'm going to be using as my star tree topper. And to attach it so that way I don't ruin the star and I can use it for decorating after the ugly Christmas sweater party, I'm going to just use a basic paper clip, slide it on here, and slide it onto my wrist. So I've attached it with the paper clip, and this will just hang here all night until I stand and pose like a Christmas tree. So now my outfit's put together, I've got some brown boots on, and I will show you the finished result. So here we go. All you have to do to make the magic happen is raise your arms above your head, and now you'll look like a Christmas tree. You'll look super tacky, super ugly, but super awesome and super Christmassy. I mean, you probably thought this is just like a talking tree here. It's so convincing, I know. But anyways, this is the finished look. So there you have it. This is my craft for today, the ugly Christmas sweater DIY project. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend running around or playing in the sweater. So I'm going to leave it like this for the next couple of days until it's time to go. Hopefully it'll be a lot of fun, and I hope that you guys enjoy this project too. Happy crafting. Add some fun Christmas ornaments. Now to attach